Well, hello everybody. I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. Welcome to my daily vlog slash podcast that I do. That I'm trying to do 5 days a week. uh, I have links in the description below of each one of these that shows where you can download the podcast from Anchor.fm and Spreaker. Uh, let's see, Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com. I prefer Anchor. I like the setup a little better, and that's what I'm going to be predominantly using, because one thing about that is they have unlimited time or hours. I can only upload so many hours and so many episodes, but Anchor at Spreaker. But anyway, so let's get right into it. Let's start out with, let's go to our for those of you that are listening only, you'll hear the famous news sound that I have here, and let's just go right to it. Okay, I am your GNN reporter. The Grumpy News Network is a subsidiary of BSBS, which is the BS broadcast system. Let's get right into today's stories. We got several that I find of interest. Let's see. Let's start out with the first one. Veterinarians in Oklahoma. By the way, I live in Muskogee, Oklahoma, for those of you who don't know. So this one here is a little closer to my home. Veterinarians at Oklahoma Animal Hospital said a puppy believed to be the first ever born alive with 6 legs. Those are my dogs. This is live, folks. First ever born alive with 6 legs is beating the odds in surviving and thriving. The Neal Veterinary Hospital in Oklahoma City said the puppy named Skipper was born with a single head and chest cavity. But she has 6 legs, 2 tails, 2 pelvic regions, 2 lower urinary tract infections, and 2 reproductive systems. The hospital says Skipper is believed to be the first canine with 6 legs to be born alive. And despite some signs of spinal bifida, her organs appear to be in great shape. All her legs move and respond to stimulus just like a normal puppy. It's possible she may need physical therapy and assistance with mobility as she gets older, the hospital said on its Facebook post. So that's an interesting little story, and I get all these stories from upi.com, so you can go there and look. I'll put a link in the description to these. Let's see. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, this one's another. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of get into a theme each day. Today seems to be animal oriented. An Ohio bomb squad called to investigate a serious package outside a church. The Butler County Sheriff's Office said deputies from the bombs unit were summoned to the church in New Miami. Now, this is in Ohio. On a report of a suspicious package left outside the door. But when they approached the object, they didn't hear ticking, they heard purring. The package, a large gym bag, turned out to contain a cat and 6 kittens. A note inside the bag said that the mother cat, Sprinkles, had given birth to the kittens the previous day. The felines were taken to the Animal Friends Humane Society in Hamilton, where they were found to be in good health and were placed with foster family. The shelter said it will provide updates on Sprinkles and her kittens as babies continue to grow and develop over the next few months. Okay. This next one is out of Canada. A seal was found watering down a Canadian sidewalk half a mile from the nearest body of water and was given a free ride back to shore in the back of a police car. Lillian Reynolds said she looked out her kitchen of her Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island home on Sunday morning and was shocked to see a seal making its way down the sidewalk. I gotta admit, I would be shocked to see that too, especially in Oklahoma. I had to take a double take because I couldn't believe what I was seeing, Reynolds told CBC News, that's Canadian broadcast company. Reynolds says she called 911 and went outside to try to keep the seal from cars and other hazards while waiting for the police to arrive. She said the animal was not grateful for her help. He was, I think, probably cursing at me in seal language. Reynolds said he was quite upset, but I don't blame him. I would be too. I just said, we're trying to take care of you. Don't worry about it. Then he was like, R, 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 at me. Okay. Sound effects included. All right. Police arrived on the scene, attempted to wrap the seal in an emergency blanket, but the animal was not cooperative. He was slipping and sliding off the blanket. It's just like a TV show. Police were finally able to wrangle the seal into the back of a police cruiser. And they gave the animal a half-mile ride to the nearest shore. The department shared video of the seal on his hopping out of the back seat, making his way towards water. Wildlife officials said that they have been noting more instances of female seals wandering into land this year because of the lack of sea ice in the area. They said the animals are looking for a safer place to deliver their pups. Well, and I got one more little bit of news story here. Let's see if I can find it. Now, also I don't know if this goes under what I was going with the other day of stupid criminals or my animal theme today. So, but let me just say, a Florida man was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after he threw an alligator through a drive-through window at a Wendy's. Okay, so that's the news for today. So let me. One other note of news today that Tiger Woods did have a rollover accident. From what he's in surgery now. He has multiple breaks on his legs, and it looks pretty devastating. So just remember to keep that in mind. So I'm going to pause for just a second, and I will be right back. Well, let me finish out my news segment. Okay, here I am. I'm back again. Just had to take a little break there. Judy had just woke up, so I'm continuing on with the rest of my show. So, there was some good news articles today. Over the next few days, I'm going to be bringing in some more. I'm going to try bringing in some guests next week. I've got everything set up for that. But, I hope everybody is enjoying these podcasts. I'm having the hardest time getting into my head the idea that I'm not doing this just as video, but I'm doing it as audio. Podcasting is a different animal altogether because you can't. I use a lot of visuals on my YouTube channel for those of you listening on the podcast. So as a result, I have a lot of graphics, and I'm having to completely redo my way of thinking. So, and I'm going to be covering over the next few weeks still as I develop my style and get my head wrapped around podcasting. I'm going to be developing some different things. I do have a soundboard, which is always nice, and a lot of fun for that. Again, I do have dogs, and they will, like that one right there, will bark, and you'll be hearing them in my podcast. I am part of the YouTube drone community. I'm not a droner myself. I'm a vlogger, and now apparently a podcaster, which I'm finding interesting. And as I said, I do these and I upload these on Anchor.fm and Spreaker, Spreaker.com, which you can download them. You can now download them at iTunes, and under podcasts, you can find it under the Grumpy Vlogger. Oh, pardon me. Tickle in the throat. This is, that's one of the problems I have here is dealing with, sinuses and stuff. Living in Oklahoma, you're going to get that. So, it's been fun. And as I've said in the past, and I showed people what I'm doing, I always did my vlogs from my truck or my van using my iPhone XR and just uploading everything, doing it that way. This here, I'm doing it in studio, and it's just a lot easier. I use the vMix broadcast software, and then I use Cyberlink's Power Director for editing, stitching these two together. Like the two today, I had to do it yesterday, stitch them together, and then I'll pick up and add cell phone. Anyways, and then I run them through the it's actually Cyberlink Director Series 365, because I also have Audio Director, Photo Director, and all that. And it just makes it real easy. I just drop the video, produce the video, drop it in there, and then into the Audio Director. It just brings up the audio, produce it again as a MP3, upload it, boom, and it's done. So, but yeah. And I'm trying to keep these at around 20 minutes. I don't know how well I'm doing. I'm keeping between 18 and 20 minutes. For a podcast, that's long enough. A little too long for a YouTube video. But just remember, you can listen to the podcast, or you can watch the podcast, or you can listen to the podcast or watch the YouTube video. It's your choice. And I'm working on lining up some guests over the next I may do like a maybe an open line Friday or something, But if you have any great news stories or funny news stories or something, what I'm looking for is news, like clippings from the sheriff's department, stuff like that. If you got anything like that in your local newspaper that you would like to send me a copy of, please feel free to send it at Lloyd@grumpyvlogger.info. That's LLOYD at GRUMPYVLOGGER.info. There will be a link in the description. And please feel free to subscribe to me on my podcasts. Like I said, they're on iTunes now and Spotify. I'm on Spotify. So feel free to subscribe to me there, follow me there. And each one of mine, especially the podcasts that I have on Anchor and Spotify, they have a little commercial thing at the front that helps me earn money off of this, which allows me to invest and maybe upgrade my services so I can have even more features. Right now, that's the one thing about Anchor.fm is it's free, and you get unlimited amount of uploads and time, subscribers. It's really a great product. And and I'm not being paid to say that. Well, I'm being paid to say that when you hear it on the podcast, but here on the YouTube channel, I'm not being paid to say that. But I do want people that are interested in podcasting to look into that. Of the several that I've looked at, that's been my best option. So with that said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start closing off. There's a few things to keep them. I'll come up with some closing thoughts. I want everybody to remember, a couple shout outs. Ken Dono from the original Dobo on the YouTube channel. He lost his grandfather this last week. They buried him the other day. Anyway, excuse me. Another tickle. And we want to remember his family. That for that. Also, Marcus Crawford, another from Ohio Quadcopters on the YouTube. He lost his father this weekend. So we want to keep those people in mind, keep them in our prayers and thoughts. Also, don't forget Rick Halber, good friend of this channel, a good supporter, a great guy. Is going through a lot of health issues. He's currently in a rehab facility, and he's hoping to get out within the next, say, 3 to 4 weeks, hopefully. Hopefully sooner. So, Rick, keep going. Keep doing what them nurses tell you. So, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to go ahead and hit my little exit, do my final closing thought, and I'll be right back. Okay, remember, I am the Grumpy Vlogger, and for all them little kids running around out on my front yard, get off my lawn. Okay, remember what I say, be kind, treat each other better than you would treat yourselves. It would be a much better world. Remember, all lives matter, okay? And thanks for the prayers for Judy and I. She's still plugging along, getting a little better each day. She had a bad day yesterday, but she's doing better now, and she got a good night's rest. Prayers for Rick Halber, our good friend of the channel, Ken Dono, another good friend, Marcus Crawford as well, all YouTube people. Prayers for their family. Prayers for this country of ours. You know, we really need it. And as I always say, God bless and God help the USA. I'm the Grumpy Vlogger, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.